Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Add Me to the Mix with Trinity Perrine, episode 7. Before we roll into this episode, let me just tell you guys what's been going on right now within the past 3 to 4 hours. So I just came home from like a night day trip. I went to Flagstaff, came back around 3 hours ago, and on my bed is brand new clean and washed sheets, cleaned blankets, and a few clothing items that are clean, like a jacket and like a sweatshirt. Those are clean with my pillows and all that and my old sheets. And I left them on my bed because I was like, okay, I'll just deal with it when I come back. I'll do the big switch over with my sheets. My dogs won't be on my bed because they stay on the other side of the gate in the living room. Plus, they don't go on my bed when it's like stuff on it like that. But guess what? I forgot there's another animal in the house besides the 2 dogs we have. My brother has a cat named Spaz, and it's his cat. Well, I say it's his cat because cats, don't get me wrong, they can be cute and all that, and a lot of people like cats. Personally, when I pet a cat, I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the fact that I just like a dog. I'm just not a cat person. I just like my dog. I like all dogs, but especially my dog. His name's Churro. But his cat was on my room before I left, and I hate it when the cat's in my room. One, I think I'm like allergic to it. I don't know. I have allergies. 2, I just don't like it in my room. I don't trust it. And my dogs get mad and they just sniff when the cat's in my room. I don't know how that happens, but they just do. So I was like, Spaz, get out. I'm trying to leave. Just get out. And guess what? I found out why the cat was taking for. Oh, and then I came back. When I opened my door, the first thing my cat did, not mine, my brother's cat, I don't want to call it mine after what it did. My brother's cat runs into my room, goes right on the same spot as the last time. I was like, dude, get out. You're making the dogs go crazy and I don't like you in my room. Respectfully, I just don't. I'm like, what the heck? What's wrong with that? So I go grab the few clothing items, like the jackets and the sweatshirts, hanging them up, and it's moist. I'm like, excuse my language, but I did cuss. I said the F word. It's like, what the frick? I won't cuss right now. I was like, what the frick? Why is this moist? Like, I thought I dried it. Is it not done drying? I've done that before. I sniff it, and then I sniff my other items, and I was like, oh, this effing cat. This freaking cat. It used my bed, the clean sweatshirt, the clean jacket, the clean bed sheets, the new clean bed sheets, and the new clean blanket. Peed all they turned my bed into a litter box, a full-on litter box. And you know what's crazier? I'm stupid because before I kicked my brother's cat named Spaz out of the room, my dogs were finally on the other side in my room area, but not in my room. They were going crazy and barking. I'm like, what are you guys barking about? The cat's done. So then they came near my bed and they kept barking again. I was like, what's your guys' issue? So I put them on the other side because I was like, I don't know what you guys want to do right now, but there's no need for barking. And then I grabbed my jacket, one of my brown sweatshirts. I sniff it because it was moist. I was like, this is disgusting. And after I felt that I was moist, I was like, did I not wash it? Is when I smelt it and I just knew because I was like, this doesn't smell like a not fully dried clothing item that's clean. It smells like a cat piss. My brother's cat turned my bed into a full-on litter box. Oh my god. I handled myself very well though. Okay, I admit, I did. I did text my mom about it right away because I was like, does this cat pee on anything? Because I know it's not my dog's. First of all, my dogs weren't even on my bed. They don't like stuff on it too. You know when I feel like I just know because when in my old house, we used to have quite a few more cats, like 3 more cats, and the cat litter was always in my room because everyone had bad reactions to it, and it was just the easiest at that point to keep it in my room. It's like, okay, yeah, for a few years, like a good 3 years, the cat litter was in my room. And I'm not complaining about it right now. I'm saying that because I know what cat pee smells like and cat poo smells like. I know what it is. That smell doesn't go away. When you smell it, you just know. So I was like, this effing cat, this freaking cat turned my bed, my sleeping area, into a litter box. Oh, I was so mad. Because then I smelled the brown sweatshirt. Then I smelled my favorite vintage green jacket button-up thing. Smells like cat piss. I smell my new sheets, cat piss. I smell my blankets, cat piss. My old sheets, cat piss. Took it all off, threw it in the garage. I kid you not. Well, I didn't pick it up first. After I smelt it, I went to the bathroom, deep washed my hands and arms because I was like, what did I do? Washed my face too because I smelt it through my nose. Went to the living room. I grabbed gloves. I put on gloves, and then I grabbed grocery bags, put them around my hands. That went up all the way to my forearm area just to stay clean. Grabbed the dirty sheets and blankets and stuff, and the first thing I did was throw the sheets and the blankets in the garage. I threw them in the garage because I was like, I'm not dealing with this. And I was mad. And I even know I could clean them. I will not use them again. I won't. And it sounds like, what? Like, you're such a brat. You're so spoiled. No. It's actually called OCD. I've talked about it in the last episode for a few of my routines. And I will not, no. There's no way. But with the sweatshirt, the brown, because they only put on 2 clothing items that I like. It's the brown sweatshirt and my vintage green button-up. That smelled terrible. So I grabbed the brown thing with the gloves, threw it in the wash. And I put a bunch of the stain remover and the OxyClean, I think it's called, powder in the thing. I was like, no, I will save this. When I go to grab the sweatshirt, the green button-up jacket thingy, cat poo ended up coming out of it, and I was disgusted. I was like, it's on my floor, it's in this jacket. The only thing that kept me from actually throwing it away was the fact that it was from a thrift shop First Friday thing, where it was just a stand, and I don't know what the company, the place was called. So I was like, oh my god, I probably won't ever get anything like this. I need to try at least. So I was like, this is disgusting. And I threw that after all the cat poo. I shaked it out a little bit, not in my room. I would be damned if some already fell in my room, but I would be damned if I shake that thing in my room. So I shaked it in the garage because that's where everything else was. Nothing else came in. I threw it in, and then I grabbed the OxyClean and everything, sprayed it, put some more powder in, the detergent, started it. Guess what? I just checked, and it still smells. And I don't think it's ever going to come out. I think I'm just going to have to say my goodbyes. I will end up saying my goodbyes because I'm rewashing it right now. Either way, that happened. Then my bed smelling like a cat litter box. And I was like, oh my god, let me open a window. The smell, whether it's just because it's in my head or actually smells, I need to open up a window. I'm not dealing with, I just don't want to, I wanted to throw up. I was trying so hard not to throw up. So I go to open my window. I'm stupid. I know there's about to be a dust storm right now. I open the window, it's gonna be fine. I break the blinds. Not only did I break the blinds, 2 minutes in to me having my window down, I was like, what the heck is going on? Why is there stuff blowing in my room? What is these leaves coming up? And why is it wet? It's raining in my room. It's raining because I left the window open. So it's oh my god, I'm an idiot. So I try to close it, whatever. Luckily, my family wasn't here. I say that because I know if my family was here and this was all happening and I had the whole cat litter thing, my bed turning into a litter box, I would have lost it on them for no reason, just because of my just because of my eye vision, my view. I would have went on them. So luckily they didn't come in to 30 minutes after the situation, and I sprayed my bed with the animal spraying, de-infecting thing that takes away odor and all that. I sprayed my bed with that multiple times, patted it down. My bed is fine. The actual mattress is fine. I threw the cat litter, basically cat litter. By that, I mean my bed sheets and blankets in the garage. Threw it in there because I'm I'm not dealing with this. I texted my mom. It's yeah, all over my new stuff. And luckily, my mom was like, I'm so sorry. I'll get you new sheets and stuff. And guess what? She did. Right after the whole situation, as soon as she came home, she did her mom cleaning skills in my room and my bed, just spraying it, making sure it's clean, and I don't feel dirty and won't freak out. She made sure my bed was sprayed, did extra thing on top of me, disinfecting it with the animal odor remover or whatever. And then she took me to Target. We made a little family trip to Target, and I got a bunch of new sheets. This time I got green. It's okay. I'm in the green phase. I got a new comforter, another fuzzy blanket to put under my comforter that I like, new bed sheets. She even got me new pillows, and just new organizers too for my room, just to make me feel better. I was freaking out. I was so mad. I knew that I don't like the cat in my room. And one time I was like, okay, you could be in here for a minute, but no longer, then you have to leave. It pisses in my room. I was so mad. And you know what? It's so, like, the difference between a cat and a dog, it's gross if a dog uses your bed, like, furniture or whatever, as, like, a backyard to pee and stuff. But at least with the dog's pee or whatever, the odor and the smell, it's so much easier to get out than a cat. I don't know what it is about a cat, but when a cat just uses everything as a litter box, it's impossible to get rid of the smell. It's just impossible. So my mom did her little cleaning skills. She even lit a candle in my room, and I let her have the candle in my room for 2 minutes. But I hate fires. I like feel fires or like candles, and especially in my room. So after 2 minutes, I was like, no, this is too much. So I blew it out because I got anxiety about the fire. But I'm happy that my parents did take me to Target after, got me new sheets, treated me to a Dutch drinks, and I didn't have to pay. I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be okay. So if you hear the washer dryer going out, it's because my little setup, which is in my closet for this podcast recording, is right next to the washer room, and it's gonna be going off and on all night because I'm gonna clean everything until it's clean. Plus, I got new sheets and blankets, so I also want to clean that before I use them because, like I said, I feel like it should be a law to clean new sheets or clothing or anything before you wear it. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. But now I guess it's a good time, now that it's off my chest, to start the episode. So let's just roll into it. Getting started with this week's episode, I'm not sure if I already told you guys the name or the subject for this week. So if I didn't, or if I did, well, I'm going to say it again. It's going to be Would You Rather. It's the game of Would You Rather questions, but when you're, I don't know how old you are, if you still play it. Like if you're a kid, it's mainly common when you're a kid. It's really common on social media, I feel like. Or like when you're with a group of friends and you're just playing. It could be a drinking game, it could be a dog game, it could just be a kid's game. It's whatever you really want to make it. But you ask questions like would you rather questions, like would you rather do this or that, and explain why. And then everyone says it. It's like a good conversation starter, I guess. But I'm going to be asking a handful of would you rather questions that I found on the internet. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to do. We're kind of just going on the list and the time limit and all of that. And I think I got pretty good ones. I mean, I got ones that got me actually thinking. I didn't really think about the answer in my head, but I was like, ooh, actually, which one would I rather do, And then I'm going to say the question, and I'm going to explain my answer. I'm going to say my answer, and then I'm going to explain it on why I think that way, or like why I would choose that. And if you want to make it into a game, you can, if you want to. Like, you can always just be like, after I ask the question or say the questions, the would you rather question, you could like pause it and be like, I would pick this, and then press play and see what I pick. Or you could be like, I think she's gonna pick this, and then play. Or like, have a conversation with yourself whenever you listen to this or something. I don't know. You can make it into a game, or you could just listen to what I would say. Because it's would you rather, and you can never go wrong with the game of would you rather. I mean, not from experience, but I do know it's a good drinking game. With friends. Not from experience. Just because I looked it up and it said really good drinking game. It's like on a link. It's like good drinking games to play with your friends on a night out. And it was like top 3, I think. Top 3 or 4. So let's roll. Let's just get with the first question. I still can't believe what the cat did. I can't believe the cat turned me into a litter box. I just can't. It's fine though. It's whatever. It could be worse. At least it's not anything else that I really care about. At least it's just sheets. And the good thing though, the sale on the bed sheets and comforters is still going on Target. It's still going on, guys. So, yeah. Maybe you guys didn't know. So, the first would you rather question. Would you rather know how you would die or when you will die? And honestly, this I guess is either really simple, or all of them are going to be either really simple, or it's going to make you think or anything. This one kind of made me think, but I was like, you know what? I'd rather know when I will die, rather than know how. Because at least like if I know when I will die, I will be like, okay, so I have this much time left, and I'm going to live it like there's like not, I'm going to stop stressing, I'm going to just start living my, like YOLO it, like YOLOing everything, do everything I want, making sure everything happens before I die, so I can be satisfied and happy. Also, another thing is, if I know how I die, I would, like, let's say I die in a car accident. I don't know when the car accident be. It could be like in a week, it could be in years. It won't be like watching that for years. And if I know it's from like a car accident, then I would never want to be in a vehicle again. Because I'm going to have to feel like, oh my God. Like I would try to stop it and be like, I'm going to die in this car right now. I'm going to die in this car accident. Or let's say like I die eating a certain food. I'm like, I'm never eating that. I'm going to make sure I fully chew my, like try to either stop it, or I will freak out about how I die and have the fear and never do it again. So I wouldn't even be living. I would just be living in fear. I'm like, if I die from stepping in the shower, I just will not shower. I will bathe. I would bathe. I would do anything except stand in the shower if that's how I die. And plus, like I said, if I know when I die, then I can live a nice, good life. Whether it's a few days, a few weeks, a few years, or whenever, at least I'll have a good life, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna die soon, so I would also use that as an excuse for everything. Straight up. I would probably well, I'm gonna die soon, so do it or not. But I also know a handful of people would want to know how they died so they can stop it too, or just know how they died. Just I don't know why. I just talked to it with a few people. It's come up before in a conversation, and a lot of people actually said that a majority of the people I played it with, or what asked this, a lot of people said they would rather know how they would die, and I want a time frame. I want to know when I can live, and I don't want to be living in fear from however I die. But let's just get started with the second question, because that one's pretty short and simple. I just want to know when. This question is, would you rather be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early? Now, even though I'm probably never going to be 20 minutes early to something, or I haven't been, I'm actually insane about time. I will freak out to know if I have enough time to do something before something. I just want to be somewhere on time. When I was younger, though, and I didn't have control if I was going to be late or not, by when my mom would take me, or I depended on my mom taking me, I feel like I bash on my mom. It seems like I bash on my mom. I don't bash on my mom, okay? I love my mom. We have that relationship where we give each other a hard time, but we love each other, But, she gives me a hard time, and I give her a hard time. And I'm not bashing on her when I say this, but she's always late. And she knows it. She posts about it. Everyone knows. Everyone who has ever made plans with my mom knows she will always be late. Always. And when I was younger, I was always late to everything. It used to make me mad. I used to actually bash on her whenever she made me late or something. I'm really insane, and I want to be on time. If I have something let's say I work at 4 o'clock, I will not do anything for the next 3 hours before my shift because I want to be on time. And honestly, even when I think that way, ever since I started ADHD medication, though, it's kind of went away the way I think like that. Oh my god, I won't have time to do this. I have to stay home to do this because I'm a time freak. It's kind of make me ease back, but easing back kind of made it bad because sometimes I won't even be on time. I used to be early to everything and just sit in my car or whatever maybe, or be ready and just sit there waiting and looking at the clock and be anxious to go. But now I'm just okay, well, I have 5 minutes till I work. I get there in 10 though, whatever. But I would always rather be 10 minutes late, and my mom was always late when I was younger. So I grew up playing soccer. I don't play anymore. I'm not no Olympic World Cup player type thing either. I just always ended up growing up playing soccer. It was my sport. I played other sports I was still late to, but with soccer mainly because it was my main sport I went to. Whenever I was late to practice, I always had to run. Not ran. I did run. No, I ran. No, they always made me run. Which Grammarly's which one? I don't know. I always get corrected at that. I'm just saying what I think it is. They always made me run. Their coaches always made me run if I was ever late. When I was super young, not middle school young, elementary school young. If I was late, I had to run around these fields. I would run around the fields, or back to the gate and back type thing. Everyone in a sport knows what I'm talking about when you always have to run when you're late. I feel like it should be known. It could also be a warm-up. I always had to run, and I hated that, running alone in the middle in the practice. And then being late to school, I was iffy about, because then my mom would have to walk me in to the office, drop me off, and I'll have to go to class. And then the kids in class would be like, ooh, why is she late? Or hi. Or make it be noticeable, and I didn't want to be noticed at the time. Oh, still technically. And I just don't want to be late. I hate being late, especially now that I have a job, or when I started working. I hated the idea of being late. I don't want to be in trouble. I don't want to be punished. I don't want to be written up. I don't want my management or the boss or whoever I'm working with to be mad at me. I hate the idea of being late and getting in trouble for being late. Because there's been a few times, like, teachers are like, I don't think a boss has ever been mad at me for being late. I don't think I've ever been late enough for a boss to be mad at me. Unless, like, I block that memory out, because I also do that. I don't think I have. Or, like, a coach gets mad or something. But whenever I'm late, it sucks when I'm late. I hate being late. And the fact that my mom was always late when I was a kid even made me hate it even more, because I was like, oh my god, I never want to be late. I also saw this thing on one of the applications when I was first looking for a job at, like, what, 15 and a half? Yeah, 15. I was, like, looking at a bunch of jobs, and I was like, I want to get a job so bad. A lot of the jobs said being on time is being late. Being early is being on time. And that also made me freak out. Even though I was just applying to a water park at the time, that was, like, not even a big deal. I actually think it's shut down now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure it's shut down. I mean, no one talks about it. It said that. I was like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. I can never be on time again. I always have to be early. So I would used to, like, one of my jobs, I would always show up, like, 15 minutes, like 20 minutes, 20-something minutes early and just sit in my car and just wait. Because I hate being late. Even if it's 10 minutes late, I hate being late. I hate it. Some things I'm okay with being late, but to a job or, like, event or, like, something, I hate being late. I'm also always late, though, no matter what. I'm always late. Even for, like, during school, during, like, after-school activities, I was still late, but I hate being late. So then I started speeding because I hated being late, and guess what? I got, like, what, 15 points or something on my tickets, and I had to do traffic school. I still got my license, though, and people are like, why are you still driving? How are you still on the road? Honestly, like, it's just me running. No, I didn't even run a light. I just be speeding 20 over, and people judge me for that. I'm like, bro, you, without a doubt, you have sped. You went over the speed limit by 20. Without a doubt. You just haven't get caught. I get caught at the same single light there is. So what, you haven't get caught and all of a sudden it's a big deal that I get caught and have tickets and I shouldn't be on the road? No. You get lucky. I know for a fact you have went over the speed limit. Okay? I don't speed anymore. But when people find out, like, it's funny. I post about it because it's funny. But then some people actually, like, get, like, judgy and stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I post it, like, I'll say it and talk about it as a joke because it's funny. It's funny. I have, like, it's not funny because it kind of sucks. And I'm like, you're such a kid for thing. No, it's, like, kind of funny because, like, the way I post to talk about it, it's a humorous way. I handle it in a humorous way. And I still paid my tickets and all that, and I can still drive. But a lot of people, especially my grade, they're like, bro, you shouldn't even be driving, bro. Like, you suck at driving and stuff. So I get caught speeding. You don't get caught. Like, you speed, you just don't get caught. Good for you? What, you want a cookie? No. I don't get caught anymore. It was all within the same month and a half. The same month, like, every week would be a new ticket. At one point, I didn't even have a car because I was in a car accident. So I didn't have a car, by the way, which wasn't my fault. So don't even judge me for that. That sounds bad, too. After saying I have tickets, it wasn't my fault or anything. But even after not having a car for, like, what, 2 weeks, another ticket came in. I was like, on this point, the universe is just against me because I'm not even driving and I still get a speeding tickets. So with that being said, I'll rather be 20 minutes early. Then going on to the next would you rather question. This one is, would you rather go to jail for a crime I didn't commit or someone going to jail for a crime I did commit? And I don't know, this one could probably be a touchy subject for some people depending on if you've been to jail or if someone you know was in jail for something you didn't know. I don't know if that's, like, judgy or something, but I think it was quite curious because I was like, oh my god, I would so much rather go to crime for a crime I didn't commit. Just be like, oh yeah, I'm such a good person. I'd rather go to crime for a crime I didn't commit. And no, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to try to lie about what I'm actually thinking or put myself out as this person. It's like, yeah, I would totally go to jail for something I didn't commit. No, I wouldn't. Unless it's, like, a family member or someone I truly, truly love and have known and has been on good terms with and love for over 7 years, I will, without a doubt, go to jail for something I commit. Let's say, like, a family, like my brother. He does something and I go to jail for it. Without a doubt, I will go to jail for him. Or my mom or my parents did something, or my cousins, or, like, a best friend for 7+ years was like, hey, I did this. Can you go, like, and I for some reason go to jail. And I didn't do it, and they did. Without a doubt, I will go to jail. Life sentence me. I don't care as long as I'm in jail and they're not. Because I know they would do it for me. vice versa or something. I don't know. Either way, I would totally go to jail for that person. But if it's a stranger or someone I don't like or I don't know anything about, I'm gonna be honest, I might come off as cruel and mean and heartless and cold-hearted for saying this. I will not go to crime for a crime I didn't commit. I will much rather someone go to jail for a crime I committed than me go to jail for a crime someone else committed. And it sounds bad. And if I commit a crime and someone else goes to jail for it, and if you believe in it, yeah, karma would kick me in the ass. That means butt in a different language. But I know, and I just, there's no way to explain it other than call me cold dollars because I would not go to jail. I would rather someone go to jail for a crime. And plus, honestly, another thing, yes, everyone has a story. You never know what someone's going through. But if it's a stranger going to jail for a crime I didn't commit, and I don't know anything about them, and I don't see them, then I will probably forget about the fact that I could have committed a crime and someone else is in jail for it. I will most likely forget about it. Like, it will be a memory that's blocked out unless I go to therapy, or I just wouldn't even cross my mind. Like, I'll think about it for a few days and then I'll get over it. Because clearly there's a reason I shouldn't be in jail. So yeah, I'm sorry if that's offensive, if that's cruel and cold-hearted, but I feel like everyone's like, I'm going to be selfish when it comes to that. I will not go to jail. I would rather someone go to jail for a crime I didn't commit. Plus, what crime would I do besides get 12 tickets at a time? Like, what crime could I commit? Clearly, if someone's going to jail for a crime I did, they must have done something really bad before that, because it has to be karma on that end if they're going to jail for something I did. The universe has to be getting back at them for something. So, with that being said, I would rather someone go to jail for me. Oh, this one's another jail one. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years or in coma for a decade? Cool, another jail one. And so, I saw someone do a TikTok post about this. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years or a coma for a decade? But I also found it on the website. Look it up. But like the website, reading it on the website kind of just like gave me a flashback of seeing a TikTok like a year ago, I think, during quarantine. And they said they would rather go to jail for 5 years, so they still like know what's going on. But jail's miserable. Like, if you go to jail for 5 years, you're living in punishment for 5 years. You don't know what's going to happen in jail. You have to deal with living in a cell, a not really good bed. People in jail, you have to deal with them. A not cooked meal. Having to shower. Not being able to have, a stall. And I don't know. It would just be miserable. But if I'm in coma for a decade, then I wouldn't even know. I would be in coma. How would I know it's for a decade? And if I wake up, clearly there's going to be YouTube videos to watch to catch me up. Or people. I think karma is already getting me for saying I would rather someone go to jail for something I commit. Because all of a sudden, I had to stop recording because mid-answering, or I think it was answering, I forgot because I had the hiccups. I ended up getting the hiccups. So I was like, oh my god, this is painful. And I hate the hiccups. I think the hiccups are the worst. Trying to catch your breath and everything or something, trying to get rid of them. Oh, hiccups are the worst. And when you're talking and then you have them, oh my god. You know what else I hated? I hated when I had the hiccups in class. I hated it. Because in class, when you have the hiccups and like someone's presenting or the teacher's talking, like, hiccup, hiccup, hiccup. And then everyone looks at you and like people start laughing, or like you're just like, damn, I'm turning red because I'm trying to get rid of my hiccups and I just can't stop hiccuping. Oh my god, hiccuping in class is the worst. So is coughing and sneezing in class, but I think hiccuping is the worst thing I've ever had to go through, especially in class. I hate the struggle of trying to catch my breath. But back to the go to jail for 5 years or in coma for a decade. If I'm in coma for a decade, I won't know. I won't be like sad or be miserable like I'm living in jail, because I'll be in coma. I'll be asleep. And when I wake up for a coma, there's going to be, with the internet nowadays and like social media and platforms, I'm gonna be able to catch up on like a TikTok, like a 60-second TikTok about what you missed in the past decade, or like a YouTube video. There has to be a YouTube video being like, what has happened in the last decade. Or I would have family members and friends, maybe not friends, maybe Probably not. I would have family members to tell me what's going on and what's happening. Like, I would be like a whole new person. And I would be so happy waking up to be like, oh my God, what is happening? I would also be sad about the things that are happening. But I would be awake at least and not living and be miserable in a jail for 5 years, in a jail cell for 5 years. So I would much rather be in coma for a decade. Because I wouldn't have any emotions to feel. I'd be in coma. And if I'm in jail, I know it's like to, like, I would have to feel this, the boredom and this, the fear and being miserable for 5 years. And in coma, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm awake now, so what's up? Like, what's going on? And then, oh, this one's kind of good. Actually, it's actually not kind of good. It's really not that, but it did get me thinking. It's the would you rather be underdressed or overdressed? And it had another word before it says underdressed, like chronic. I just didn't know how to say it, so I actually removed it from the question. But basically, would you rather be underdressed or overdressed? And I would rather be overdressed, right? No, yeah, I would rather be overdressed. Because let's say I'm going somewhere fancy, to a fancy restaurant, and everyone's dressed all nice and stuff, and I'm like not dressed nice, I'm like in how I usually dress, like pants or shorts and a t-shirt. I would be like, oh my God, I don't want to do nothing, like, I'm so underdressed, please, like, I would be in a bad mood. I would be embarrassed if I was underdressed. But let's say if you're overdressed, you can always underdress. Or like if you ever overdress in an occasion, I would rather be, it could be like a joke. You can like go off of it. You can always be like that person who's always overdressed, you know? Like being overdressed is not bad. There's always a way to get out of being overdressed. And if other people are wearing t-shirts and stuff and you're like overdressed, so what? You'll pop out, like at least you're overdressed and looking good. Rather being unaddressed and like not aware on the situation, like being in a dress or whatever it is. So I'd much rather be overdressed than underdressed. Much rather, right? Yeah. What's that one? I saw something on TikTok. Was it Instagram or was it Twitter? I don't know. It's just that you can always underdress something that's overdressed. So like you can always like somehow underdress an overdressed outfit, right? Oh no, I would just rather be overdressed. I'd rather be over there dressed without, rather than being the embarrassment and feeling of being underdressed. I just don't know. Like it wasn't, that question wasn't on that. I just don't know how to explain it, but I would much rather be overdressed. Because if I was underdressed and embarrassed and everyone's looking at me like giving me a dirty, yeah, there we go. So imagine being underdressed and someone else gives you a dirty look. Because you're like wearing, like let's say you go to a family event and let's say everyone else is supposed to wearing like nice jeans. If you wear jeans, no holes, or like a dress or something like a family reunion, and you're wearing jeans with holes, or you're like, would you rather get criticized for being underdressed? Or would you rather deal with people making comments of being overdressed? I'd rather have comments of overdressed because they're not going to be like bad comments. Like how are you going to make a bad judgment call on someone who's overdressed? You just can't because they're overdressed. They look good. Obviously, they have to look good if someone's overdressed. So without a doubt, I'd rather be overdressed. Especially at like a family reunion or, well, a family reunion. I don't care about anything else. Like, or like a nice fancy dinner. I'd much rather be overdressed. Without a doubt. Because then you also get compliments. Yeah. Overdressed without a doubt. And what are you going to do about it? The next one is, would you rather take anything I said? Okay, I'm reading this wrong. Would you rather take anything you said back or hear any convo that is about you? As in, would you rather, let's say you say something bad or good or whatever, you want to take it back, like you regret saying it, would you rather do that and take it back? Or would you rather know what everyone is saying about you in any convo? Literally anything, like you can finally hear what someone has said about you. So when someone's like, guess what someone like said about you? So rather getting like a little small just like, yeah, they were like, yeah, you're a bitch. Oh, I didn't want to cuss. They're like, yeah, they said like you were like really annoying. Rather than knowing that they said that, you can hear what they actually said and how they said it. And yeah, just even now, I have said messed up things to anyone and anything. Anyone. I'm 19, so obviously I've said bad things. I'm human. I've learned from my mistakes, and now I know what's right and wrong. But have said plenty of bad things, and not even bad things, just things I'm like, ooh, I wish I didn't say that. Like I wish I never said that and could take it back, even though if it wasn't a bad thing. yeah, I wish I could take it back, but it was already said, so I'm over it. Plus, I can get over the fact that I said something, or someone can. It's better to ask for forgiveness. But I would also, I just wouldn't want to take anything back I said. I just want to know what everyone has to say about me. Because then I know what people are saying about me, so I don't have to, like, deal with someone or thinking, like, do they actually like me? Like, are they just saying that to be nice? Like, I would know who's fake or not. And that would be so awesome during school or anything. Because imagine, like, you're talking really good, or you have a friend about someone, and they are so high up on your list of people you love, and you love them so much. But little do you know, they talk shit about you. Like, they'll be like, yeah, she's annoying. Like, did you see what she was doing? Like, yeah, I can't stand her. Blah, blah, blah. Like, anything bad, or I would much rather know that than be like, oh my god, I love this person, they're so high up on my list, I'll do anything for them. And, like, you never have to deal with or overthink what someone thinks about you, because you will hear about what people say. And then the people who love me and let me, like, talk and, like, have my back in situations, and hearing that they have my back, I would prioritize them than someone that hates me. I would just want to know what everyone says about me. Also, let's say, you can also take it as a way, if you know what someone says about you, then you can fix yourself, duh. Whatever. Like, take it as you want, but if I hear someone's like, yeah, she shouldn't, like, be wearing that with that, or, like, she shouldn't do this and that, I would rather know that and be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, I won't do that, but she's right, I won't wear with that, or, like, he's right, blah, blah, blah. And in another situation, like, well, screw them, I'm gonna do what I want. But I would rather know what someone, I feel like if that's how everyone is. I don't know, I guess if, like, you really overthink about your image and the things you say to people, then yeah, you could go back to taking something back you said. But I said what I said, and was it bad? Probably, and I probably most likely 100% regret it, because I regret a handful of things I said. But I would much rather hear what someone has to say about me. Well, yeah. Like, I don't know how else to explain it besides all these answers to these questions. There's no other way to explain it. It just makes so much sense in my head. It's just logic in my head. I would much rather hear what someone's saying about me. Also, I just overthink. That's another thing. I overthink about a lot of things. So, like, what someone thinks about me, I'll overthink. And then let's say someone's, like, telling me tea, I'll be like, yeah, this person said this about you. Oh my god, I was like, what's that noise? I hear it through my mic. It's me messing up the paper with all the questions on it. But let's say someone's like, yeah, this person said you were annoying, or this person was, like, saying this about you. And then there's always that friend that tells you about it, like, yeah, this person was saying this, like, they were talking shit about you, or they said this about you. I'm like, what did you say? And then they're all like, well, like, actually, I kind of forgot details, but, like, basically, like, annoying, or basically, like, this and that, like, like, they just say that, like, and you actually don't know. That stuff annoys me so much, because I'm like, just don't say anything in the first place if you don't even remember. Like, if you don't remember, just don't say anything. Because now you got me overthinking about what they say, and then let's say they say something. Like, they said what they said, but they don't say how they said it, like, in the voice. So you're like, well, then, were they joking? Like, how were they saying it? That stuff annoys me so much. I hate it when like, it actually makes me mad at someone. I'm like, then stop talking. Like, I'll tell them, like, you piss me off. Because why say something if you don't even know what you're saying, if you don't remember? Like, you just want me to talk about how much you piss me off. Ugh, God, I wish I had a bell. Another thing is, would you rather be able to read minds, or what was it? Would you rather read minds or lie about anything? I forgot how it is. And I would rather read minds. There's no need to lie. Like, I have lied in the past, so I don't lie anymore because it caused problems, but I don't lie anymore. And I kind of, like, I'm just like, well, there's no reason to lie. What is there to lie about? I feel like it's so much harder to keep a lie, and it causes so many more issues to lie. And I've said it before, I said what I said. I did what I did. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm going to accept what I did and move on. So I would rather read minds because I want to know what people are thinking. Even if it's not about me. I just want to I love knowing the tea. I love knowing what's going on. And even if it's not about me, and it's not because I want to spread drama or start drama, just having the ability to know what's going on in someone's life. I won't go off spreading it anywhere or telling people or doing anything with the information, but I love knowing what's going on. I love having that information. And also not to use against them. I'm like not keeping the information to use against them. I'm just like, oh my god, I get so invested in some stuff. I just love knowing the tea. There's been times my mom's come into my room after a phone call with someone, like whether it's a friend or family member. Keep in mind, my mom's like 30 plus years older than me, so I don't know these people. I don't know her coworkers. I don't know them personally. I'm not even old enough to like work at the job, but she'll come in just to tell me because I get so invested in what's going on in the tea. There we go, the tea. I love knowing the tea. People will tell me stuff, and I don't even know the person. Like it could be TikTok. Oh, TikTok drama. Knowing the stuff about TikTok and like TikTok creators and influencers. Like they don't know me, and I don't care about what they do because it's their life. But knowing what's happening, oh my god, I get so excited. I just get so excited as if I know them. As if they're my friend and I'm going to text them right now, FaceTime them. I love knowing what's going on. But I also hate when people knowing what's going on about me. Because I don't want them to have me. I just don't trust people. I don't trust them enough. Sometimes I suck at prioritizing people. Be like, yeah, I love them. Because I get scared. Because what if I'm talking about how good they are and how much I love them. And then they embarrass me by talking bad. And I'm hyping them up. Or just like do something stupid. I'm like, well, actually, you know what? They suck. I hate talking good about people. I still do it, but I get scared for doing it with some people. Because I'm like, oh, they'll probably talk shit about me. Oh, this and that, you know? Other thing, I just don't trust people too. If they know information about me, without a doubt, they will use it against me. Especially nowadays on the internet. When you're a kid, on the internet, oh my god, people will use it and screenshot it and just send it everywhere. So with that being said, those are all my answers for the would you rather questions. One of the washers or the dryers, I don't know, one of them went off. So I'm going to go check on those and make sure the odor is gone, and I will find out if I throw it away or not. Then I will wash all my new stuff. And we will just keep going to this route to all the odor is gone. And the memory could be away from, I just don't have to think about it anymore. And I'm not going to touch the stuff in the garage. Like I told my mom, I said, do in the garage, do what you want with it. And I'm the only one in the house with a full-size bed. Everyone else has a bigger or smaller bed, and there's only 3 beds, including mine. So if she wants to throw them away, I don't care. I'm not going to use them. I will not use them. Because every time I look at them, I'm like, yeah, that is the litter box. So thankfully, I got new stuff. Everything's green. I'm in a green mood. I don't know why. I just like the color green right now. But I'll catch you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys, I don't know, guessed my answers or you guys answered along. Maybe you guys agreed with my point of view. Maybe you guys hated my point of view. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed listening though. And I hope you guys come back next week. Next week, oh, and guess what? I recorded this 2 days before I should post it. The most I've recorded was a week before I posted it. But it's just because I was going on a trip and I didn't have service to do anything else. But productive. I'm being productive. And I'm also stressed. So I'm trying to stay away. So I'm in the closet because that's where my setup is. So I'm like, okay, my closet is not facing where the cat pissed and the disorganization is. And I got new organizers. This would be so much fun. I can't wait for tonight to clean it. I just want to clean the bathroom, like a nice deep clean bathroom. But with that being said, I keep saying that. With that being said, I think it's my new word. For a while, it was fascinating. How fascinating. I still say that one, but lately it's been with that being said. It's just I learned something new and I just say it. Because I think it's either funny or really good word to use. Good vocabulary. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye. Goodbye. See, I did that in the shower and it sounded so much better. Everything sounds so much better in the shower. But goodbye.